Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Power Boost session. Today, we're going to reflect on the signals of time. Now, we all are exposed to a variety of situations and impressions and all kinds of information coming to us every day. And some of it is not so pleasant, especially, for example, if we're looking at the news. Many of the news programs, they focus on things that are problems and obstacles, or maybe even violence and crime. And it is very possible that we so get attuned to that and so get almost like used to that, and that we think that the whole world is like that. And it may influence our mind negatively, unpleasantly. We ourselves may become sad and moody, or even worse, depressed. And so we need tools to not make these situations affect us personally negatively in a way that the quality of my life and my life's experience goes down. And one way is use spiritual tools. And one aspect of spiritual knowledge is the understanding of time and the understanding of what happens to humanity through time. And the spiritual knowledge says that human civilization goes through different phases. There is a phase when it is the height of human civilization, where health, wealth, happiness, unity, love is normal, where there is no trace of violence, where there is no trace of animosity, where there are no vices. This is what is remembered in religious traditions as heaven or paradise or the Garden of Eden. A time when human beings were like deities, gods and goddesses in human form. A time when harmony was normal and when humanity lived as a family, where health, wealth, happiness was normal and natural for everyone. And even the 5 elements, matter, they were in their highest state, their purest state. And there was harmony among human beings, but also harmony with matter. But of course, we have not experienced that. The present life has been so overwhelming our mind that the memories of that experience have gone down, and we may even think that time never existed, or that is the fairy tale. But the very fact that we long for a time like that we long for a world like that we long for interactions and relationships like that, means we have some reference in our memory, in our subconscious of a time like that. And so the soul, the being of consciousness, we have experienced a time like that. But we are at present experiencing a completely different world, a world where vices are normal, where violence is an everyday thing, where poverty is rampant, where illness is rampant, where chaos, political chaos is not abnormal, where nations are at odds with each other, where war is going on, where the vices, greed, lust, ego, anger, attachment, laziness, carelessness, that is what rules many times everyday life and our thoughts and our mind. But these are signals of the time. Because when the world is in unrighteousness, when the world is in vices, when negativity and cursing and vices have become normal, inside of many of us, if not ultimately all of us, there is a feeling that this is not right. That we want something to happen to change it. And many of us are trying to change, trying to make a difference in this world, all kinds of projects and activism going on to restore justice and freedom and equality. So many people are working to restore the environment. So much effort is going on in many spheres. Spiritual knowledge says these are all signs of the time. Is human civilization in its state of degradation. There is the rise and the fall of human civilization, and we have come at the end of the fall. So it is time to rise back up. But the rising of humanity doesn't start out there. It doesn't start with some project to build houses or to give back money. It starts in here. It starts with an awakening to spiritual truth. It starts with an awakening of our own spiritual higher nature. It starts with an awakening that we are spiritual beings and that we are one family, that we come from a dimension beyond this world of matter and that we are here visiting, that we are travelers. It comes from an awakening to the truth that we are all children of the Supreme Soul, God. And an awakening is one thing, but then to stay awake and to live in that spiritual awareness, then internally things shifts. That higher nature, that nature of peace, that nature of love, that nature of belonging to all, that nature of respect, that nature of freedom and equality, that emerges. And when that emerges in individuals, collectively, a different world will emerge. And so when we see the condition of the world today, and when we see the condition of people today, of course, we are not happy when there is suffering, either our own suffering or others. But these are signs of the time. This is time pushing us to shift, to wake up to spiritual consciousness, to put back the light on. All these lights here, we like to celebrate different festivals with lights, but they are a memorial of the light of the soul. We have become ignorant, not knowing our true identity, where we come from, where we are going, whom we belong to. To wake up to that truth again and to live in that awareness of being an immortal, timeless, living light, pure, free, child of God, and to live with that awareness and then play the part here. That is the journey. But more we wake up to that and stay awake, different tendencies, different behavior will manifest, different sanskars, as we call it, habits, tendencies, impressions emerge, and society will change. So on the one hand, you see the world plunging into more negativity, but that becomes a catalyst for more and more and more to wake up and to shift. And then at the end of the collective shift of all of us will be a different world. The world that we now only hear of in myths and legends and fairy tales and the myths of creation. That world of paradise. But it starts with me and you, individual. It starts with that inner awakening. So let's take a few moments to wake up and to reinforce that awakened stage. So for a few moments, create that conscious reminder that here is the body and there is the whole physical world. But we are non-physical, invisible beings of consciousness. Beings of light. Souls. The lights that are used in decoration, the lights on the trees and the Christmas trees, those lights, they are memorials of awakened souls. Light stands for clarity, awareness. And we can use that image of light to indicate the real self, the soul. In the center of the forehead, pure, peaceful, timeless, invisible, living, light. A being who is layer. We play this game of human life. We play with body. We play with matter on this journey through time and space. We perform actions using the body. But we remind ourselves often enough that we are this bodiless, living lights who belong to the bodiless Supreme One, the Supreme Light, God, who is like an ocean of peace, an ocean of wisdom, an ocean of bliss and love. Let us hold that tiny star, bodiless, immersed in a space of silence and light. Loved by God. And in that awareness, we approach again the dimension of matter, but also fully aware that this is like a game, a play, and these are the final stages where karmas are being settled, the counts are being settled. Many, many signs that the play is ending. Problems at all levels. But these are triggers for the soul to come out of attachments, come out of ego, come out of vices, come out of ignorance. Wake up to the beyond and wake up to the invisible. Wake up to the true self. And then time can start again. If we change our inner world, if we change our inner positioning, then the world outside will change. On that note, let us spend this final time of the year also, with that awareness. Even though all kinds of festivities going on or preparations for that, don't forget the real inner preparation for a new you and a new world. Have a good day.